It's Mini GP50 time here at Rowrah. Pole position, it is Josh Whatley with alongside him Blake Ansell on the front row, Cameron Hall and Addy Behal on row 2, from earlier race winner Callum Beach and Harvey Claridge on the third row, Scott Ogden and Jeremy Knight from Coggins and Ocean Jones, with Rainford, Crockford and Abel in or around. A lot of them failing to start though. Abel and Crockford not on this grid for the final race of the day. Green flag goes down and away we go. Good start from the 20 Blake Ansell, even better start from Cameron Hall, who leaps up from the second row of the grid on board with Ansell, and that's the view he sees, and what a frustrating view that will be. Cameron Hall has cannoned into the lead.
Josh Whatley, the championship leader, went off pole, but he's already down to second place. Blake Ansell alongside him, just there in third. They come up to Iredales, and Behal up the inside does himself a pair, Jake.
That was a lovely move from Behal, from fourth to second in an instant, and out in front, Cameron Hall has disappeared.
Ansell down the inside, Jake.
Yes, indeed. He has got through for third position, so Ansell now makes it to third place. Josh Whatley goes from pole position to fourth in less than a lap.
Look at the lead that Cameron Hall's got. This is absolutely incredible. That's Behal there in second. Blake Ansell, three-time winner this season, in third. Whatley, the championship leader. Now that looks to me like the pole man. I mean, that's in one lap, Jake, and he's already falling behind. I think he's got a problem with the bike. Behal, second on track, second in the championship on 295 points. You're probably about to say, yeah, this graphic tells you that Blake Ansell third on track, just 2 points behind the man second on track in the championship. It's all to play between them two. They will want to be beating each other as a minimum, but I don't think they're going to beat Cameron Hall. There he is, going down to the bottom of the circuit. Look at the lead, incredible.
He's in a different league out there, Cameron Hall, off like a jackrabbit, and now nobody knows which way he went. He is absolutely romping away. Behal in second, Ansell in third, and Whatley is hemorrhaging time, hand over fist in fourth position. This is not good for the championship leader.
He's pretty much clear in the championship, so it probably won't make that much of a difference, not least because he's had some decent results this weekend already. But Josh Whatley clearly got a problem with the bike. You don't fall back this far this quickly when you've got it on pole position without having some sort of mechanical issue. So he'll just have to keep going though. You've got to keep going, get whatever points you can out of the weekend. Now, we did an interview at the last round, you may remember. We interviewed, amongst others, Cameron Hall's mother, who stands in as a surrogate mother for Jake Clark's mum, who can't watch the racing when it's going on. She may be in the same position this weekend. It may be Jake's mother who's acting as a surrogate mum for Cameron Hall and feeding Sandra with the information. She's going to be watching this, if she can watch it, maybe through closed fingers, wondering what's going on. Her son's got a massive lead. We've not seen that before.
There was a tangle.
Ansell just runs into the back of Addy Behal. Addy looks behind. He sees Blake there, but he's pulled a bigger gap as a result. I don't think Addy did anything wrong there. Blake looked for a move, didn't work. Josh Whatley, he was the weeble that wobbled but didn't fall down in the Mini Moto Pro race earlier, but he's down in sixth place now, Jake.
Well, here's Hayden Rainford in seventh position, trying to hang on to his position in front of Jeremy Knight. 35 is reeling him in, and if they're continuing to push forward, then Josh Whatley, who we know is having those problems, in sixth position, they might catch him before the end of this race. Lap times for Josh Whatley, well, they are slightly quicker, but not by much. So if he continues to have issues, then it might be seventh and eighth position, may become sixth and seventh.
Yeah, he's only about 80 metres clear of that battle as well, Josh Whatley. He'll be wanting to try and hold on to as many championship points as he can. This is the battle on the track though. You can see Ansell's closed in on Behal after that little bit of contact earlier on.
Yeah, I wanted to come back to that little bit of contact. That was incredibly mature riding from Blake Ansell, because he got the opportunity up the inside. Little bit of a tangle there, but his response and reaction was so lightning. It was brilliant to see. He got it back under control. He didn't lose the bike. He didn't lose the control. He just collected it together. That was a split-second decision to bring that back under control, and it's given him a chance to go for second place again. That was very cool, collected thinking.
Yeah, he's closed in Addy Behal from a long way behind after an incident, but closing in is one thing, passing is another. Easier on two wheels than four, of course, as we know, Jake. And Ansell's definitely got the pace here. Can he find a way by?
And easier around other tracks on the Fab Racing calendar as well. This doesn't lend itself to 9 million opportunities for overtaking, does it? It is one of the toughest places to go for it. And they nearly come together off Paddock Bend. Very, very close indeed. They almost banged wheels, which in motorbikes is a very difficult thing to do. And that was very quick thinking again from both Bihal and Ansell to stay away from each other. The riding standards in this race, absolutely stellar. Both men had an opportunity to fall off. Both men had an opportunity to clatter into each other, and they avoided it. Very, very good work there from the pair of them. Meanwhile, a little further back, we've got a good battle going on here between Luke Coggins, and I think that's Ocean Jones just in behind him.
I think it is Ocean Jones, although he's got 9 on the bike. He should be number 77. It looks like he's almost borrowed a bike and not changed the number. But yeah, looking at the timing sheets, that looks like Ocean Jones.
Well, it does happen from time to time, doesn't it, in Fab Racing? People will borrow each other's bikes if there's a mechanical problem or something, so maybe that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, it's the nature of the championship, no doubt. The battle on the track, though, is this one. We've got Cameron Hall well out front. We've not seen much of him. Cameron, you've got to slow down so we can see more of you. There he is. He's approaching that battle between Jones and Coggins. He's got to make his way past as quickly as possible, but he's got plenty of time in hand.
I think Jones actually got past Coggins on the way out of Iredale's there. He just managed to nip up the inside for 9th position, just as Cameron Hall was closing up on them. Let's have a look at this battle further down the field, though. This is, well, further around the racetrack, I should say. It's further up the field, isn't it? Because it's Bihal and Ansell as they try and close up. Yes, Jones is in front of Luke Coggins, so he did make the move at McRae's just as Cameron Hall was coming. It was almost as if he looked over his shoulder and went, blimey, there's the leader, I better get on with it. So a quick twist of the throttle on the right-hander and straight up the inside. Meanwhile, that's exactly what Blake Ansell would love to be able to do, but he just can't get close enough.
Just can't seem to get the job done. He's come from a way back, as we know. Closed it in, Addy Bihal, but just can't find a way past. Now, you were saying that this track is a difficult track to overtake on, Jake. Actually, in karting terms, this is one of the easier tracks to overtake on because of the hairpins. There's the first one. That's McRae's. They come back up to Iredale's. Now, will Blake Ansell look to put a big switchback move on Addy Bihal? Cut underneath him on the exit. They come in side by side. They're down to the stewardesses. Has Blake Ansell got the run? Not quite.
Oh, this is so tight between these two. Ansell has got Addy Bihal on the run here, and Addy is having to pull out every single weapon in his arsenal to keep this guy behind him. This is magnificent defence and incredible offence. Bihal is overworking the bike here, just trying to hold that inside line. That's the only thing he can do at this point. Ansell looks to be quicker, but he just has to hold that racing line. We're into the last lap, and Bihal has now got a major issue here. That's that battle in front of them for 9th position. They're going to lap them, Jones and Coggins. He needs to get past them quickly. Here comes Ansell.
That was a major opportunity for Blake Ansell. He's gone the wrong side. And now he runs wide on the exit. We'll get a chance to have a look at that again. Here's the replay. Here's the opportunity right now. Bihal has gone the wrong side of the back marker. Ansell should have gone down the inside. He's chosen the wrong line, and as a consequence, look at that, he's lost time and he's lost any chance of coming second.
Well, Addy Bihal lives to fight another day in second place then as Cameron Hall cleans up at Rowrah. Absolutely dominant display. Ansell, well, wiping his visor, it's almost as if he's thrown in the towel there. Second place for Bihal, 3rd for Blake Ansell. 4th position away back is going to be Callum Beach in the 127 in front of Harvey Claridge, with Josh Watley only able to bring it home in a very disappointing 6th position as far as he's concerned. But Cameron Hall is without a doubt the hero of the hour. Absolutely invincible at Rowrah.
Cameron, it's the first time we've seen you winning the televised races in the Mini GP 50 class. Not only did you win, it was quite a remarkable win as well. Now, what's changed between the televised races we've seen previously, when we've not seen you with that sort of pace, and today? What's happened?
My confidence has really grown, and after my crashes at Wilton Mill, it made me think that it doesn't hurt as much as I thought to crash.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, a lot of the best motorcyclists in the world have to fall off sometimes to find how fast they can go and how fast they can't go. So you're saying, in a funny way, that what happened at Wilton Mills really helped you today?
Yeah, it made me go faster and brake later.
Okay, who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank all my sponsors and my mum and dad.
Fantastic victory by Cameron Hall. Well, just time to tell you that in the pit bike races, Pit Bike Open at 140, Craig Bint was involved in an incident down in the stewardesses that would bring out a red flag. It's fair to say that after a quick visit to the hospital, Craig will not be doing any Elvis the Pelvis impersonations anytime soon. In the Pit Bike Open class, from the right hand side of the grid, the 77 bike of Dan Jones would get an electric start, and he would pretty much scoot off into the distance as a consequence of that. Once he got the lead, there would be no looking back. It was Daniel Lee on the 144 bike that would provide the closest challenge, albeit he would be well behind by the end. The 24 bike in third place at this stage, it was Paul Qualters, but he would ultimately fail to finish. Craig Bint would suffer the misfortune of the early incident before the red flag, but Ian Bint would come through to take the win in the Pit Bike 140 class. Dan Jones it was, though, that took Pit Bike Open by 13 seconds from Daniel Lee, with Jordan McCord coming home in third. Well, Dan Jones has been laid off for 7 months after the race. I asked him all about that. Dan, your first race back after breaking your arm 7 months ago at Donington Park, and a victory. You must be very happy with that.
Yeah, it's a nice way to come back, and it's always good to get a win.
And how's the 7 months been for you? It's always a difficult time, isn't it, when you're sitting around doing nothing?
Yeah, it's been very difficult. No training or anything, so nice to get back.
And who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mum, my dad, and all my other sponsors. Thank you.
Nice to see Dan back on the bike and back to winning ways once more. Well, that's all the time we have from Rowrah in Cumbria. Round 8 is up next, the final round of the championship, where all of the Fab Racing British Minibikes champions will be crowned. We'll see you then.